I'm Dr. Carleigh,
I'm Dr. Hout.
and this is Real Talk with Holistic Docs. So today we are covering one of Dr. Hout and I's personal favorite subjects. I don't know about you, but I think this is one of the things that we really bonded over
Yep,
was our
agreed.
mutual love for fitness,
Mhm.
but not fitness in the traditional, like I just go out and do a bunch of jumping jacks and things like that.
Yeah.
We both love, and this is something you may or may not know about us, we both love lifting heavy weights. We like to basically pick things up and put them back on the ground. And
Yeah.
it's not because we're insane.
No.
It's because we realize that this is probably one of the most important things that we do for our health, for our sanity,
Mhm.
um, every single day.
Mhm.
And it's something that we're both passionate about helping other people to understand and see the value and benefit of,
Yeah.
especially other women, because women have been sold a lie that they have different fitness requirements than men,
Mhm.
and that women need to be doing exercises that are different from the exercises that men do,
Right. Right.
and need to be lifting lighter weights and doing banded stuff and all that. All of that is fine. It's okay if it's used strategically as a tool within a plan, but to tell women that that's the only thing that they should be using, or
Yeah.
the only thing they should be doing is running and doing cardio and HIIT exercises is outright false.
Yeah.
And it's definitely creating an environment where women now are harming their metabolism, harming their bodies long term.
Mhm.
And both Dr. Hoot and I are passionate about being part of this paradigm shift.
Yep.
So, Dr. Hoot, do you want to weigh in some of your thoughts on it?
I could not have said it better myself. I have to say, from a personal standpoint, I really don't like endurance exercise,
Mhm.
doing it myself or telling people to do it, because metabolically, it's just really not that healthy. And I truly do not understand the reason for it. It causes kind of like a perpetual sympathetic dominance when you do endurance exercise. And by endurance exercise, I mean like triathlons or running marathons. I really don't understand why people would put themselves through something like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
where you could really just exercise your muscles by lifting weights. It's a lot more metabolically healthy. It creates muscle, which is good for weight loss, which is something that women, if we're talking about women, are interested in, because every single female patient I have in here is interested in that. Yet they've been told to go run 6 miles. Like, how
Hmm.
does that end up working out in the end of the day? They're exhausted because, of course, it's really taxing to run 6 miles every day nonstop for the rest of your life. Why would you want to do that? So yeah, I have a lot of
Yeah.
reservations about
Well, and
endurance.
personally, and I think you came from this background too, but I came from the background of I played basketball in high school, and that's what we did is we ran all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
We had no strength training program associated with it whatsoever, not like the guys, which is
yeah,
kind of interesting. The guys basketball team had strength training. We just ran.
yeah,
And then when I got out of playing basketball, then it became running essentially was the only
yeah,
thing that I really knew how to do. And so I did half marathons and marathons and all this stuff. And I got to tell you, I've never felt so broken and tired in my life
yeah,
and in
yeah,
pain than when
yeah.
I was doing that.
Mhm.
Um, and I do remember even feeling like on the days when I didn't go out and run, I felt like it sounds weird, but I would feel like I would gain weight during those days.
Yeah.
Um, and now looking back now and understanding the physiology of the two things, I understand why. And it's because when you do chronic endurance exercise, um, basically you're teaching your body how to be more efficient with
Yeah.
less, right?
Yeah.
So you're teaching your metabolism how to essentially, and I should add this also in too, when you do endurance exercise, so more exercise with less food,
Mhm.
that's when this becomes worse and worse.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is a model of weight loss that's been
Yeah.
perpetuated for a long
Yeah.
time now, which is exercise more, eat less.
Mhm.
And it's so harmful to your metabolism that I can't even literally there are not even words for me to explain it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason I think I'm so passionate about it is because I've been there
Yeah.
and I've been on that side of it, and I know
Thank
exactly how it feels to keep like cutting your calories down and increasing the amount that you're running and feeling like you're just stuck and exhausted and nothing good is happening. And it's because you've taught your metabolism how to be efficient. So the calories that it's burning less calories in a day. And so that's why you end up sometimes gaining weight when you're doing this versus actually losing it. It's because your body is basically in a starvation mode saying, hey, you know what? We need to hold on to everything we possibly can because this girl is starving us.
Right.
And
exercising a hell of a lot more than she's feeding us. So we have to hold on to it. Yeah.
Exactly. So, the point of, I personally, I don't have anything against any particular type of exercise as long as you know how to use it.
Yeah.
Right? It's a tool like anything else.
Exactly.
And if you're going to be running marathons or if you're going to be doing stuff like that, understand that comes with certain risks and that comes with certain responsibilities on your part too. If you're going to exercise like an athlete, you need to eat like an athlete too.
Yeah, right. Yes, exactly. That's a big difference. I should have clarified. Lay people who do endurance exercise for weight loss is a big difference from athletes.
Yes.
Job it is to run a marathon because they do a lot more in the realm of self-care and eating properly and sleeping and seeing specialists to make sure that their hormones are on track. Hopefully they're doing that. I don't know if they're actually doing that.
If you're not, come back to us.
If you're not, please do it because there's still a toll there. Then the layperson who's told by their doctor to exercise more and eat less. Yeah, big difference.
Exactly. Exactly.
So do you want to talk a little bit about what kind of training you do now?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. So since my days of essentially just running and doing basically nothing else, I've switched through many different types of training. So I did hardcore, like old school, just strength training, literally in dirty, dungy gyms with nothing but like steel weights, and worked up, the power lifts. So, the deadlift, the bench press, and the squat to my maxes. I've also trained bodybuilding style, which is, a lot of like lighter weights, but higher reps with just the intention being to build muscle mass versus with more of like the strength training style. It's really about neurological conditioning and creating strength, right? Because that's part of what strength is actual training your nervous system to adequately connect with muscles and also teaching it that it's safe to be able to lift that type of weight.
That's huge.
Yeah. So, I mean, and when we're talking about, we had an episode where we talked about menopause, and we talked a little bit about osteoporosis and how important strength training was for that. And this is one of the reasons why that's so important, is because you're also neurologically conditioning your body to be able to connect to certain muscles. So you could see how, if a woman has a fall, or a man, anyone, if they have a fall and they can't neurologically connect to the muscles that would activate to keep them from falling, you've got a big problem on your hands. Or they can't get up after that fall too.
Oh yeah.
So this is why strength training specifically is important for everyone, but especially as we age, it becomes more important. Because the building of that muscle mass and that neurological conditioning, you can't recreate it anywhere else. There's no pill for that.
No, there isn't.
Nothing.
The best medicine is strength training. I tell that to my patients all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good. Cool. So what else do you want to talk about in terms of fitness?
Well, so I just want to say too that if you are someone who's doing nothing right now, or say you're injured, I just want to stress that any type of movement is better than nothing. And even if you're injured, yes, you still should be moving. You want to work around the injury. You don't want to then basically do nothing, because the movement of, say you got a shoulder injury, the movement of the limb, the movement of that arm, obviously in a pain-free range of motion, is going to bring new blood to the area. It's going to still enhance those nerve connections. And with movement comes lymph drainage, it comes oxygen, it comes nutrients, and all of those things are essential for healing. And so that is something that I want to stress with anyone who's either not doing anything right now or is injured, you want to keep moving. We had a saying in my sports medicine selective that I did during med school that motion is lotion, right? So, and it's so true. It's so true. And we were learning that in terms of like joints, really, because so joints don't have their own blood flow. They don't have their own basically washing of fluids that happens every day. So joints are only bathed in that fluid if you move them.
Yeah.
So that's where the motion is lotion comes from. But that applies not only to your joints, but to the rest of your body as well.
Nice. Same situation with lymph too. Lymph doesn't have any way of moving itself. Right. And lymph is the way you clean toxins out of your body. So when you move, like if you just want to go for a walk, that's better than sitting on the couch. That moves your lymph and gets stuff out, toxins out of your body.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Really. Yeah. So I mean, in terms of exercise, Dr. Hout and I are really on the same page. Is that if you're doing nothing, get out there and do something. Doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes of walking and slowly ramp it up. Just get out and do something. If you're a person who's stuck in the position now where maybe you're exercising for weight loss, but you're following the model of exercising more and eating less, we highly, highly encourage you to actually counterintuitively start eating more and start lifting heavy weights. And you can still do endurance exercise. I'm not saying that you need to stop it completely. In fact, like there are some known benefits for endurance exercise, and all the studies that have been done on depression and exercise in depression are actually on endurance exercise. So it is valuable. It does help with cardiovascular health and those types of things. But if you're doing it for metabolic health, strength training is going to be your best option. Yep. So for everyone out there who might be struggling with weight, please, please, please start lifting weights for weight, right? It makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So on that note, I just want to mention, we kind of touched on this, but the lifting weights makes you bulky argument that women are afraid of getting bulky, so they don't lift weights. How would you address that?
I wish that were the case.
I know, right?
Do you know how hard it is to put on muscle mass?
I know.
It's insane. No, I wish. I mean, I wish. The bulkiest I've ever gotten was still incredibly lean.
Yeah.
And that was exercising, lifting weights basically 2 hours a day, every day.
Yeah.
Under a very specific program. So here's the thing. There are certain women who will put on their muscle mass more so than other women. And that's a genetic thing. And if that's the case, good on you. Yeah. Like, honestly. Yeah. You will put on muscle mass, but what will happen is you'll simultaneously lean out. You'll have a slimmer waist. You will have more definition and tone, as they like to say. It is incredibly hard to get bulky.
Yeah, you're not into the hole at all unless you're taking drugs, testosterone and such.
Yeah. Or you're genetically gifted.
Or you're just genetically gifted, right.
And if that's you, awesome. Own it, because it's really cool.
Yeah, it is. We wish we could do that, right? Yeah. So with that said, is there anything else that you want to mention?
Yeah, I just want to say, so the thing about exercise, and honestly, the more and more I learn about health and wellness, it really is about building a resilient body.
Yeah.
Because life is not without its insults and its struggles and its challenges, whether that be mentally, emotionally, to your health, to your relationships, to your job, whatever. Yeah. It's about building resilience. And the power of exercise is it helps you to build that resilience, not only physically, but also emotionally too. Yeah. Which is something that you just, it basically, you shield yourself from life. And you teach yourself how to respond to life in a better way. So exercise is not just for your body, it's for your mind and your soul too.
Oh, so much so. I value my exercise so much because it is my time to be with myself and take care of myself. And it's kind of like my church. I mean, I'm not religious by any means. I know you are, but I view the gym as my sacred sanctuary.
You're centering. It's a centering moment, which is so valuable, and we all need that. And I feel that way too when I go to the gym. That's where I feel like closest with. And it sounds weird, but that's where I feel the most centered and down to earth and closest with everything around me.
Yeah. valuable all the way around.
All the way around. And with that, we're going to sign off. If you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram at Dr. Carleigh Go Lightly, and you can find Dr. Hout at
Holistic Dr. Hout.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.